Hey everyone, it's Leah. Today I am going to be your soaper for this video. Today we're making the candy cane soap, and this is another of our holiday themed ones, so I'm sure you could guess. So I'm just going to start out as usual. I'm going to be putting my coconut milk powder in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to, so we're going to try really hard to do layers today that are straight layers. There has to be something straight around here. So I'm going to have to stick blend just barely to make sure that I have lots and lots of time to work with the soap batter, because we're going for at least 4 layers. We'll see once I get it mixed up how much time I think I have. But that's the goal anyway. Okay, great. So I've got all my dividing done. That means I'm done with my little scale. And now what I'm going to do is color each bowl, which I'm just going to put in the one. This is titanium dioxide. You'll remember it from the last time I made any soap, literally ever. We almost always use this. And what it is just a naturally occurring minerally type colorant. And basically it makes, one, it'll make a soap pretty white colored, but 2, it actually makes it more opaque as well. So when I make the rainbow soap, even though I want the colors really bright and I don't want them to be pastel, I'll still put a little bit of titanium dioxide because I want it to be like not translucent sort of. Over here, we're going to put our red colorant in. Now our red colorant today is actually a secret sauce blend. This is an in-the-house recipe. An in-house recipe, I don't know how you say that, but anyway, we made it up. And it's basically, it's hard to get red, actual red in soap. This is something like if you've made soap before and you've been trying to use various like colorants that you, well, okay, let me rephrase that. If you're in Canada and you're trying to use various like colorants and so on, you have definitely had experiences where you're like, why is my red actually pink? Or why is my red actually orange? Or any number of things. So to get a really, really red color is quite difficult. So what we've done is we've actually mixed a couple of things together that gives me a result that I'm happy with and has worked well enough for us in the past. This is what we put in the, what's it called? The rainbow soap that we made. And yeah, it's just like a really like kind of cherry red, really red color, as you can see. Like this is red. There's no real getting around it. It is red. It's got that like slight pinkiness, slight oranginess. Like it is red. It is an actual red color. So that's what we're looking for today, because candy canes are not pink and they're not orange. They are red. Red and white, that's what they look like. So we're going to take, now that I've got this stirred in by hand, we're not going to I don't want to over mix it because it's going to set up on me too fast. So I'm going to take my little pitcher here. Oh, I'm not done with my scale. What was I talking about? Okay, and I'm going to break out just the right amount to do 1 layer of each color. Okay, so I've done this because we're going to have to pour and then do the whole thing over again. And before each pour, I'm going to stick blend the color to a consistency that is good for what we want. So this is gonna take a while. Be right back. Okay, so that's a pretty good trace for what we want. So now I'm gonna do my little bang bang. Get most of the red off there, because I'm gonna actually wanna get most of it off before I put it into the white, which is gonna happen next. So now I'm just gonna put it right into the mold. You can see it's still nice and fluid. This is a really nice, like manageable thickness. It's not getting like too thickened up or anything like that. So I'll just, I'm making a mess on the side of the mold. Whoopsie. So that's one layer. 5 more to go. Now what we're gonna do is get the first layer of the white ready to go. So this is my kind of like, it's kind of off-white. It's not really white. It's kind of like cream colored right now. But gosh, it really, when you stick blend titanium dioxide, it really gets a lot brighter. It's quite impressive. I'm gonna make sure you can see this transformation. I'm gonna maybe tilt it a little bit. Now it's still pretty fluid. You can see that it's like really like moving around really well on its own still, but the reason for that is that we have to negotiate a little bit with layer 1. We're going to try scooping this new layer gently onto the other layer. And if it's going well, I may even try to pour it. But let's not be too hasty. Oh, you know what? I might not be able to pour it, so I'm glad that I scooped it first. I'm so sorry. I think I am obstructing your pouring viewing pleasure, but like, you know, sometimes it's an emergency and you just got to. I'm really sorry though. I hope we can still be friends. I just gotta wait a while in between every single layer, which like sounds a lot easier than it is because your soap is also simultaneously like over on the side slowly thickening. I may have been a little bit ambitious on this soap. I don't know that I needed to do 6 layers. And, you know, if it doesn't turn out well, that will be my fault. So I'm really hoping it turns out well, but we'll see. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it'll be fine. And we're back. Okay, so this is set up for probably only about 5 minutes or so. I don't want to leave the, the rest of the batter too long in case it sets up. And then we're just gonna have a lot of red and a lot of white soap on a stick. Okay, so also it smells, guys, it smells so good in here. It smells really, really good in here. So I'm just gonna try pouring real close. We'll see how this goes. I don't really feel like I got a ton of, like I don't think there was movement at all in the layer below, so that's pretty good. So this is layer 3, so we are officially halfway through. That's pretty cool. And then we're just gonna have to, you know, go away and come back, and I'll repeat that for the rest of the layers. I'll put it on fast forward so you don't have to listen to me natter the whole time. Okay, so I'm back and I've done all of the layers except the very last one. My liner for some reason is popping up, but that's okay. All the soap is going to hold it mostly in place. Just to spite me, this one popped back up. Okay, so I just have to really quickly stick blend this last jug of white soap. And then I'm going to put it on top and kind of like texture it a little bit. So like it's gotten real gloopy, as you can see. That's okay. I'm still going to stick blend it because it can be gloopy. It's the top. Like I have to shape it anyway, so it's all good. Okay, we're going to put this fairly carefully on this red layer. I really stick blended the heck out of this top red layer because I wanted it to set up as quickly as possible so I could put the white layer on the top. So it's actually behaving pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Okay. Sorry I'm so sniffly today. I don't know what it is. I think I have allergies at the moment. I realized I'm allergic to Abby, which kind of isn't the best because I'm a cat person and like, okay, I guess I just have an allergy then. I'm not going to get rid of the cat, obviously, like, obviously. So that's a thing. So I've been kind of like sniffly these past days and I think it's because I've been hanging out more with Abby because she has a bit of her own little sniffle and she's been like, you know, sleeping a lot and stuff. So Eli's really worried about her. And so we've been kind of like hanging out with her a little bit more just to like keep an eye on her. And we think it's like on the mend, so we're not super concerned. But just because I'm spending more time with her, I'm like constantly, like my nose is just like always running on me. So that's a thing. So I'm sorry that I'm sniffing in your ear in the camera. I was pretty gutted when I figured out that I was allergic to my own cat. That was sad. And then the doctor said like, well, you should, like if it's worse at night, which it is, like my breathing's really bad at night because we didn't know why, but that's probably why now that we know. But the cat always comes and like curls up against me at night. It's like her only like affectionate thing towards me is to like curl up against me at night. And so, yeah, so the doctor was like, don't let her in your room at night. And I was like, and she's like, or you can get rid of the cat. And I'm like, okay, no bedroom at night. That's fine. Because obviously I'm not getting rid of my cat. Like, obviously. I'm gonna not put glitter. I will not put glitter. I will not put glitter. I will not put glitter. Say it 10 times and, you know, start to believe it perhaps. I don't know if I love it, but maybe I won't do that. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna do swirls. We're gonna do swirls with the fork because that looks cool. Okay, cool. So that's our top. So I'm gonna leave this for probably a couple of days. I did put sodium lactate. It helps it set up faster, but the peppermint, I'm realizing that part of why the first layer was such a problem is because there's peppermint in it. So peppermint decelerates, and so it sort of slows the soap down. So I stick blended it and thought, oh, it'll set up quick. And then it didn't set up quick. So this is probably going to take a couple of days, but we'll be back then and ready to cut it. So we'll see you then. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how the layers look. I kind of suspect that the first layer is a bit wonky. Like I wouldn't be at all surprised if the first layer kind of has like a big dip because it was like quite soft when I was trying to put the second layer. So we'll see. But when you do layers like this, typically the first like, oh, that's not even a thick enough slice. The first like little piece is going to be kind of like meh looking. So you always want to cut that bit off. So, but that's what this looks like. It looks pretty good. It actually looks like quite a bit straighter on the bottom than I thought it would, but it's just the end piece. So who knows? It could be that the end is great and the rest is terrible. Yeah, you see I have a bit of a dip on the bottom layer, but it's pretty good. Like, you can tell they're layers. That's good. So the fragrance, in case you're wondering, it didn't discolor or anything. It's a really good one, so I'll recommend it. It's the one from, we got it from Island Escapes, which I believe is out east in Newfoundland, and they call it Candy Cane Wow, I believe. Candy Cane Wow is the fragrance. So if you're looking for a pepperminty candy type fragrance that's going to behave itself, this is what I would recommend, because it worked really, really well. That's it. They are cut. They're ready to go. I'll pull them over here. Actually, I just put these here. Why did I do that? So these are the candy cane soaps, and they're going to be available with the other holiday themed soaps in pretty short order. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a pre or post release video yet, because, you know, soaping means you have to do it like a month and a half in advance. But if you're watching this, it's definitely going to be soon if it's not already out. So definitely look out for that one. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you subscribe, then you'll be able to see videos like this in the future. And it really helps us out too. So we love when people subscribe. And other than that, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.